say, have you got a theme that you'd like to put on here on a regular basis? One of the first things that came to my mind was, well, actually, growing up as a British Sikh, whenever I saw a character that would wear a turban on a film, I'd always, whoever saw it in our family would always call the others, oh look, 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 there's a guy wearing it, or sometimes a woman, sometimes some other character wearing a turban. We'd all sort of gather round, and those films really sort of stuck in the memory. And for the first film of this programme that we're doing here at Institute of Light, Octopussy in particular had a big impact on me growing up in the 80s. Although Govinda, who is the turban character of this Bond film, is a villain, and make no mistake about it, he's a very badass villain. He arranges murders, he sets off the timer for a nuclear bomb, he does all sorts of very bad things. But there was something about him that really sort of attracted me to him in terms of his demeanour, his sort of stoicism, his sort of silent strength, and in particular his fashion. So the really nice suits that he wears, almost to equal to Bond and the other characters. In particular, a very nice Indian raw silk edgekin that you'll see him wear in some of the palace scenes. A suit that I pestered my mum to sort of make a similar one for me for many years as a kid. For today, our special guest is Del Singh, who actually was part of the crew for Octopussy, and I'll let him tell his story about how he got involved. Do look me up online, superkino.com, follow on Twitter or Instagram. You can just do a search for Superkino. We'll be showing The English Patient here in January, The Life Aquatic in March, then every other month there'll be some further turban-related films. But thanks again for coming. And Del, if you could come up and say a few words about your...
Good evening, ladies and gents. First of all, this is a great venue. I absolutely knocked out. I've never been to this place before, so thank you to whoever put this place together in a kind of random fashion. It works. Thank you to all of you for coming this evening on what is quite a chilly evening. But most of all, thank you to this chap here for putting on this event. So thank you, Ranjit and Superkino, and Pooty and all these guys for putting this on tonight. It's quite special. So. Ranjit alluded to the fact that I was involved with, the crew is probably too strong a word, but I was involved in the movie. Even though I don't appear on it, my hairstyle does. So that was around 35 years ago. How time flies. It was summer of '82, just before I was about to go off to college, in the Sin City that is known as Peterborough in Cambridgeshire, where I was born and grew up. My brothers and I were actually running a heavy rock disco. Yeah, you couldn't make this stuff up, honestly, we did. So we definitely knew about Black Sabbath from our AC/DC. And what we used to do at night was we used to go out around Peterborough fly posting. And so we kind of could always say somebody else did it if we weren't caught. And basically the Singh brothers would appear in poster form all around the sort of building sites around Peterborough. And it just happened on one occasion. We got a phone call. I got a phone call. Remember, this is in the 80s. No internet, no mobile phones. The biggest revelation of that decade was the discovery of the pot noodle. So we got this phone call, and somebody said, "So, you know, Singh Brothers Disco." Yes, it is. Are you a Sikh? Yes. Do you wear a turban? Yes. Now, I think somebody's either, you know, taking the rise, or you're not serious about boogie disco, or maybe it's the BNP just trying to, well, the National Front in those days, for God's sake, weren't they? Yeah, just trying to get a heads up on where I lived. But I sort of said to these guys, kept the chase, what is it you want? Do you want disco or not? They said, well, actually, we're phoning from Eon Studios. We're filming a Bond film in Peterborough, and we're looking for somebody who can tie a turban. And this definitely sounded like a total piss take now. So, you know, but before I hung up, they said, please, we're not serious. We've got a crew staying at the only 5-star hotel in Peterborough, so if you can come along to that, we will tell you more. So the next day, my brother and I actually went over to the Marriott Hotel there in Peterborough. Sure enough, they told us there are people from the studio staying here. We were taken up, and there we actually got our first glimpse of Kabir Bedi, and over the other side, with a cigar in mouth, was Roger Moore. And these other folk came over, and so this thing was really happening. And these guys explained to us that the villain in the film, who's Kabir Bedi, naturally does not wear a turban in real life, but for the film he will wear a turban. And we need you to tie a turban on this guy's head. So it was like, yeah, well, and of course the second question we asked was, we'll do it, how much are you going to pay us? And as both my brother and I had summer jobs, we kind of like told them we came as a two-man team, so when one was tying the turban, the other could still be earning some summer money to go off to uni with. So we actually managed to get the gig. Asked them, they said, look, prove your credentials, tie a turban. So they actually brought out this turban that was about as big as that table. It was like a beach towel. And I was like, that's what you, where the hell did you get this from? India. Worst place in the world to buy a turban, India. And I said, that's not a turban, that is literally a towel. You know, a turban is actually yay long, longer, probably twice as long as that table over there. And they said, that probably explains why when we put this thing on his head, or on the stuntman's head, and that literally the train moves slightly, the thing flies off. I said, yeah, of course it does. Yeah. So I actually, they asked us to bring a turban in. I actually took my school turban, which is a grey turban. In fact, the turban that Kabir wears in the film is actually my school turban. And took this in, tied it on his head, and I said, that is not going anywhere. And sure enough, it did not go anywhere. It was on his head, and that was it. You know, you could have stapled this thing on, it was on tight. And the nice thing is, he's a tall chap, so when he put the turban on, it was kind of quite large. It went with his stature, and it looked brilliant. So much so, they actually bought 4 turbans, my school turbans, off me. So my mum was wondering why I was selling my turbans. I was going over to the dark side, and you can become a skinhead. I said, Mum, I want to buy these things. We can make a turn on this. There's a profit to be had. And so the Indian entrepreneur always wins. So they took these turbans, and the irony is they actually then took them to India and reshot film scenes in India with turbans bought in the UK, in Peterborough. So, like I said, you couldn't make this stuff up. So the nice thing is, while I actually had the gig, and I would tie the turban on Kabir's head in the morning when he was going to do his scenes, I had sort of access areas passed to his trailer because there was a lot of time to hang around. So I got to know Kabir quite well. We really had some nice chats and talk. At the same time, I actually got to know Roger Moore quite well because his trailer was literally sort of, you know, won over. And Roger was just a lovely man. I mean, it was obviously passing recently. I actually published something on LinkedIn that the Guardian picked up on and phoned me up and said, can we put this in the Guardian, my summer with Roger. So they featured that in the Guardian and had a bit of a chat with them. And yeah, he was a really nice guy. The media were out in force around that time because Warner Brothers had just taken up the rights of bringing Sean Connery out of retirement to make a Bond film, which was, I think, Never Say Never Again. And so whenever the media came along to interview Roger, the first thing they said was, Roger, you know, is it you're not a very good Bond because Sean's being brought back? And to be fair, Roger just did not rise to the challenge. Roger was one of those guys that just said, you know, Sean's got his style of Bond, I've got my style of Bond. You know, my style of Bond is raised left eyebrow, raised right eyebrow. Sean's got his own style of doing it. I mean, his humour was self-deprecating and rather brilliant. And he never let anybody get under his skin. He was pretty good with it. The late Louis Jordan as well. He was on the set as well. And of course, one can't forget the array of ladies: Maud Adams, Christina Wayborn, and then the rest of the Bond girls. So for me, it was wonderful. It was a great summer. It really was. And you know, so I said there was a kind of lasting legacy there. Such quite pixelated, but I think that one's me over this side. Kabir in the middle, and Roger over the other way. So yeah, we really did have a fun summer, and when the kind of film came out, yeah, it's a great story. I guess I've on and off lived off it for the last 35 years. Yeah, you know, I've got a part of me that will always reside in on the silver screen. It will be my hat, which is over there. You can see my hairstyle, and it's quite strange. But Kabir actually gave me his details in address in Hollywood and a phone number, which I wrote down a bit of paper and then actually lost when I went off to college and just got pissed too many times, and then it just disappeared. And the strange thing about it is, I actually found that about a year or two ago, and there was a load of photographs that I was actually digging out to actually scan and put on into the cloud, and this red bit of paper turns up with Kabir Bedi with his Hollywood, Los Angeles address. You know, as it happens, he now moved. I did try stalking him, but he'd gone. So, you know, that was my summer with Kabir, making or helping make Octopussy. You know, again, thank you to Ranji. I hope you guys will enjoy the film and my amazing hairstyle.
Del, can I ask you a couple of questions? Did you tie the turbans on the stuntmen as well?
I did, yeah. That was the other thing, obviously, and this is where the turbans really came into their own, because it was literally the stuntmen that did that hard bit of hanging on a train. Because the scenes that are, just without spoiling anything for anyone, there's an East German, West German border and a steam railway, and there's a steam railway in Peterborough, which is immaculate. And my friend there, Martin Andes, is one of the custodians of that railway, so he's here tonight. And when they put these guys on top of the train, they move the train along even at a relatively sort of moderate, sort of few miles an hour, and the wind would catch this thing, you know, their hairstyle would blow off, and this is the problem they had. They tried this out before they actually got the proper turban. They tried it with a bath towel, and when it blew off, it wasn't working. So, but when I tied them on, the stuntmen, they raced that train along there, and not a problem.
And was it literally just tie the turban on Kabir's head, and then you're free to roam around like on the set, like you're doing in these photos?
Absolutely. I said
access all areas.
It was access all areas, and you know, again, this is the negotiating skills of an Indian. It was £50 a day. £50 a day to tie turbans head and make it, and £50 each. £50 for my brother, £50 for me. Yeah. So the fact is, we got the gig. I mean, I looked around it and thought, you guys are filming all over the world, you've got a budget. And they started arguing with me over how much they're going to pay me. I was like, hold on a second. You know, you guys are actually filming all over the world, you're staying in a 5-star hotel, you're doing this. You're going to, so you find someone else. No, and we're supplying the headgear as well. Come on, get with it. So, yeah, it was fun. That's a much nicer one there. So, yeah, it's striking man, Kabir. And yeah, the steam railway there. So, but yeah.
Well, thanks, Doc, for coming along.
Thank you.
We've got some time before the film starts, and I'm hoping we can actually now get Kabir Bedi himself on the screen. I had a bit of a chat with him about an hour or so ago, and he is staying up late in India. It's past midnight there. And I'll just give him a quick call. Fingers crossed. If this doesn't work, you can all get a drink before we start.
I think Kabir's gone down the pub, isn't he?
He just went to
He's
sleep.
gone for a drink, probably. Oh, yeah.
Hey! Hey!
Just show you the audience.
Hello!
Say hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Hello. Hey, lovely to see you.
Well, thanks so much
It's
again.
Octopussy time.
Yes, Octopussy time, that's right. We're just about to
But
start.
the
We're just.
sound is a bit patchy, so give me
I'll try and speak slowly. Can you hear
the
me?
sound
now?
is a bit patchy. Right?
Okay, let me try increasing the volume.
Okay?
How about now?
Much better, much
Oh,
better.
okay. Well, thanks again for doing this, Kabir. We're just about to show the film, and I wondered if you wanted to say a few words about your experience working and your memories working on the film.
Well, look, anytime anyone was a part of a film, it's been part of the most successful film franchise ever. The longest running and the one that's the largest group of people watching it. So it's very special. And anyone who has a role of any importance in a Bond film at once inherits a whole tribe of Bond fans across the world, which is incredible to be part of. And then they're very good at what they do, because they find their teams and the people that work on the film from one film to the other, it becomes more and more professional. Everyone's at the top of their game. And just to give you an idea of the kind of professionalism that they have, in the climax scene where I fight Roger Moore, there's a scene where he jumps onto the plane as it's taking off, and that was done in Udaipur, in India. The scene where I actually fight him on the plane, it was shot in Pinewood Studios, and the countryside we were flying over, the planes of that were shot in Germany, and the final shot where I fall off the plane, that was done by a skydiver in America. So, just goes to show how they, spread their, the one scene shot across 3 continents just to get it right. That's the kind of professionalism that they bring to the role. And of course, playing a Sikh, a Turban Sikh at that, in the Bond film was a very special experience. And I had to do it right, otherwise my community would not have forgiven me. It was just fun to be in India as a Sikh shooting for a James Bond film in my homeland. Just wonderful. So I have the fondest memories, and also, of course, the joy of meeting Prince Charles and Diana at the premiere of Octopussy in Leicester Square. So it has many fond memories for me. And he doesn't have a whole lot to say, but he has a whole lot to contribute in terms of the menace that he brings to the role. And that's the exciting part of it.
Yes, that's right. He's a very silent figure, but very imposing.
I'm not hearing very clearly.
I was saying he's a very silent but very imposing figure, Govinda.
Yes, it is. It is. And I've got to thank Del Singh for tying my turban so well and giving me the accolades of the Sikh community across the world. So thank you, Del. Thank you for that very much.
You're welcome. Do you still have them?
Sorry?
Kabir, hi, Del. Did you ever get to keep any of the turbans? After 35 years.
No, I didn't get to keep the turbans, but I did manage to pinch a pair of Ferragamo shoes off them.
Brilliant.
Also some suits. They gave me some suits. Yeah, that was nice. It was very good.
Well, if everyone can give Kabir a round of applause for...
Lovely to appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the screening and celebrate Turbans on screen.
Come to the UK soon.
Good luck to all of you.
Thank you so much, Kabir. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.